Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using The Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. There is a companion book by Barbara Moore. Even though I don't use it, in case you're interested or you look for decks like that, this one has one. There is a website for them, llewellyn.com. It is from 2004, but there could be stuff out there still, or maybe there's a new printing. Who knows? Supportive Oracle cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. There's a website for them, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Taurus. 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 What do we got going on? I'm like, what's going on? Nothing changes. Nothing changes. What do we mean by that? Nothing changes. Do we like that or not like that? Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Okay, one more card at the bottom. What is it? The Five of Swords. Yeah, nothing changes. It's the Five of Swords talks about a fruitless win. There's a bit of earth coming in with this, but I want to stabilize something. I want to stabilize something more. I want to reinforce the boundaries, or I want to reinforce something. I want those roots to be more reliable. I want them to be more tied into what they're doing. I'm actually trying to make a change here, but change is almost a subjective word. It's kind of like I don't want to change where we are. I don't want to move, but for example, maybe the basement isn't exactly what I want it to be. So I want to upgrade that, reinforce the walls, maybe put something in there to make sure the water doesn't come in at certain times of the year, reinforce the windows that are there if there are any, so that the cold doesn't come in, stuff like that. But I'm feeling like I put in some effort. I feel like the short of this is I'm putting in a lot of effort, but I'm not, nothing is... I'm doing this to make sure that we don't have problems, but it doesn't make anything better. It's like whatever the problems were before, the same problems are still there. It's kind of like maybe I reinforce the walls so the water doesn't get in, but now I have some other problem where, it's the water can't get out either. Now I got moisture stuck inside, and I'm like, how did I end up with that problem? Is there a vent from one of the restrooms or the bathroom coming in here? What's going on? Why are we having problems? I don't seem to make headway with this. And I'm not really impressed with this. I'm annoyed. Now, somebody else you actually are making a difference with somebody else. I think you're not seeing the benefit you're doing. Okay. Somebody's learning from you. What's going on? Is this, what is going on? You got the King of Wands here, right? Somebody who does things their own way. And they're coming in and they're working with you. Whatever it is they're doing, they're working with you. I feel like it's mostly about this person. You might be bonding more with this person. I don't really see that as your original intent. I feel like I'm going to do something. I need this to be done. I want to do this, this, and that. And then this person's like, I'll help you. And you're like, okay, cool. You can come help me. I'm not realizing what's happening here. I feel like you're having a very positive effect on somebody else. This is actually more meaningful than you realize. You're helping somebody. They might just need that emotional encouragement, and I feel like whoever this is might be staying away from something else that's not good for them. You might be stabilizing their life a little bit at this moment and not realizing that's what's going on. Somebody's having some type of issue here. They're a little bit random, but they're kind of well, I know the Taurus. If I cut out on the Taurus, if I say to the Taurus, I'm going to help you, and then I cut out, they're not going to forget that, and I'm never going to live it down. I don't want to disappoint the Taurus, so I'm going to make sure I show up. I'm going to make sure that I'm present for this situation. By doing that, it keeps them out of some other trouble, some other problem. Because I'm getting the Fool here with the Nine of Wands. There's really something they need to kind of get more together with. It may be more just kind of well, if they're helping you, they can't go do something else, whatever it is. It may not be like the worst thing in the world, but it may be something where they just overextend themselves, or they get involved in something they really shouldn't be having their nose in anyway. Your connection with them is keeping them out of trouble. I don't think you're realizing it. I think they do. I think they realize it's keeping them out of trouble. This moment is actually really good. It's serving its purpose. The High Priestess is telling me, you may not be getting the outcome you were intending, but you're having a very positive effect. Something really good is coming from this. Because I feel like you're having this effect on somebody again, kind of like they know if they tell you they're going to do something and they think out, you're not going to forget that, and they don't want to disappoint you, so they are showing up. This is forcing them to stay the line. They are skirting around some problem by staying out of it. Because they're involved with you, they can't be involved in this other situation. They're like, no, because if I do that, I'm going to screw over the Taurus, and the Taurus, I don't want to disappoint the Taurus. They don't want to disappoint you. Whoever it is doesn't want to disappoint you. And they're staying, sometimes it's referred to as the red road, which they're staying their path. They're staying on the path that they're supposed to stay on. That's better for them to stay on. Because they don't want to disappoint you, but I feel like they're looking at this kind of like you're frustrated with whatever you're dealing with anyway. So they want to be there for you. They don't want to make this any more stressful for you because there's something you want out of this and they want to help you make that happen. You're also kind of talking, why is this cryptic? This is cryptic. You're talking something out with them. You're getting them to think about things more. But I feel like you're talking, you're getting them to talk about certain things. I feel like you don't realize, it's almost like they're talking about, yeah, I think these cars are cool or those cars are cool. And then you're giving your opinion about cars, just for example, just to make it really simple. I don't like smart cars. I feel like they're little coffins on wheels. I don't really need a giant truck because, when you try to take it someplace, it's hard to park. But I do need something you can pick up things with. And I feel like you're like maybe talking about stuff like that. Kind of like to you, it's just kind of like, it's something to talk about. It's not a big deal. But when you're talking with them, like they might be literally considering, like, I'm going to buy a vehicle. And they're considering what they should and shouldn't do. I don't feel like coming towards you, like you don't realize that that's why they're asking you, or that's why they're bringing up this subject. They're just kind of bringing it up like, oh yeah, I saw one of these cars, one of those smart cars. And you're like, oh, you mean those coffins on wheels? Oh, goodness. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. I shouldn't keep saying that, but they make me nervous. When I see somebody driving down a street in one of those things, my heart jumps. I'm like, oh my God, how long do they have? Like, how long do they have before it's over? I just can't even. They make me real nervous. To you, nothing has changed. The Seven of Pentacles, to you, nothing has changed. You are having a very, very good connection because this person is appreciating your time. You're helping them stay out of trouble. You're also giving them food for thought. I almost feel like without realizing it. Because whatever subject, not for nothing, when you talk about something with a Taurus, they usually give you something to stand on. Like, Taurus thinks things out. You have opinions, but your opinions have base. You don't just kind of like, oh, I like blue just because I like blue today. You're kind of like, well, I like blue because it goes with this, and I usually have like this room upstairs. Blue matches in with that. So if I'm going to buy something and it's going to be for that room, it's going to be blue because if you get something, a little bit more of a tangerine color, it just doesn't. I don't like how it looks in there. It's too contrasty, too bold. So I stay with that. Sometimes I don't really like green with it either because I feel like that's a little bit close but not close enough. So I stick with blue for that room. And I feel like you're explaining like this is why, because I like how this looks. I like how this meshes together. Like you always have a reason for what you're thinking. You don't just be like, oh yeah, I'll just take the pink toaster, even though the room is blue. I'll get the pink toaster. I don't care. You have reasons behind what you're saying. I feel like you don't realize that this person is trying to get your input on things because they know when you say stuff, you have like a thought behind it, or you'll search something out, or you'll ask the questions like, well, what I would get for that room would depend on this. It would depend on that. And if this was like this, then I would do that. The energy starts going a little faster. I'm feeling it's more them. I also feel like they change subjects on you fairly regularly. I don't know about quickly, but regularly. And I feel like they're trying to not let you know exactly what they're doing. It's almost like they're not really committed to an idea just yet, but there are things developing. There's a lot of good things coming in for them. You're helping them. You're helping them. That sun card comes out. You are helping them develop a thought. You're helping them stay out of trouble. You're helping them develop a thought. They are going to make some really good moves forward thanks to your connection. You were really helping somebody. I almost feel like, again, I know it may sound strange, but it feels like you're really helping somebody without realizing how much you're really helping them. You're bringing in stability, not trying to. It's just the way you communicate, the way you go through life. It's having that effect on this person. It's very, very, very good. Yeah. I do see that you're going to be upset because nothing got better. Kind of like, I feel like this is the whole thing about this reading. It's kind of like you're going to be bummed out feeling like you put in a lot of effort and got nothing out of it. But that's, I think, the point of this reading. Like, no, you really are doing what you need to. Like, this was purposeful. Like, the universe is saying, no, you served a great purpose here. You're just not seeing it. Realize this definitely had reason. There was reason behind it. Didn't have the outcome you intended. True. I mean, you know. But they're saying, no, this is not wasted time. And they just want to make sure you realize this is not wasted time, just not time working out the way you intended. Are we good? Good. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you need a reading from me, or you'd like one anyway, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.